All right. Well, today's the 6th of December, 2023, and I'm out on a walk. I don't try to run this time of year when the weather gets cooler. Uh, my lungs don't like cold, dry air. They send me into bronchitis, so I just come out and walk a couple miles usually. But I needed to come on because I've been really hammering things on X the last little while for those of you who are following me on X. And of course, I've been hammering things here on YouTube for quite a while. You know, I've got, as I often mention, my religion and my Eisenman series playlists. But I've been doing a lot of thinking today, kind of spending a little time just with some introspection. And it's really obvious that these days people demand that you pick a side. And if you don't pick a side, or if you don't pick their side, then you're automatically anti their side, right? I just want to make it clear that even though I'm coming down really hard on certain aspects of Judaism right now, primarily the type that's practiced by the leadership in Israel, the state of Israel, if you can even call what they're doing Judaism. Most of us would call it Zionism, I think. Even a lot of Jews call that Zionism. By the way, I'm sorry about the wind. There's nothing I can do about that, so hopefully you can hear me. There's a reason why I'm doing that. It's because, not because I'm taking the side of Islam. What happened on October 7th, what's happened with terrorist bombings and killings and maimings and all that from the Islam side is really no more justified than what's happened in Gaza the last almost 2 months now, to tomorrow. Plus, it doesn't mean I'm on the Christian side, because the Christians, you know, they have their little thing that they say that they're superior as well for lots of reasons. And I've had to reject traditional Christianity because, not just because of the people involved, because people are always weak, but inherent contradictions and really falsehoods in the doctrines themselves. You say, well, Roy, how can you say that? I'm not out here to destroy anybody's faith, but I want you to know, and I'm going to say it here now, I'm not going to hurt you or kill you because you're a Jew, just because you're a Jew. I'm not even going to talk bad about you just because you're a Jew. I'm not going to hate you or kill you or talk bad about you just because you're Islamic. And I'm not going to hate you, kill you, or talk bad about you just because you're Christian. I'm not on any of those sides. I see important things from all those different points of view, and even the different groups that are within them. But just because those people think that they're right and that their God demands their unadulterated attention, that doesn't mean that I have to give that God, which means I don't have to give you and your doctrine an unadulterated attention and special treatment. I've studied these things for a long time, and no, I'm not what you would call an expert. I'm not what you would call divinely inspired. But I do know this, that the God of this universe treats each of us as an individual and gives us what we need to understand Him better. And I'm going to say it's a Him because of a personal experience I've had. But you know what? I don't see Him pushing any specific doctrine on me. He's called me to do certain things, some of which I've been able to do and others I've not. I guess I have a rebellious spirit in some regards. You'd say, well, how could you do that if, God is calling you to something? Well, you'd have to be in my shoes to understand that, and you're not. So what I'm saying is that don't worry about what all these religions and different doctrines yell at you for and try to get you on their side. And I've said this before. You look for God, and if he feels like that, you need to know more than you do, he'll help you get there. Just don't be dogmatic about insisting that everybody else follow in your footsteps, because that's not the program. Never has been, never will be. I came down really pretty hard today, especially. One of the rabbis in Israel became the military rabbi, and he came out some time ago, and I put it up on X, and I put it on the community tab here on YouTube, a post there. And he said that raping enemy women is okay under the law, under Torah and Talmud. Interesting. And yet I'll hear Jews say that, well, Islam says they can rape women who are in the enemy camp, and they condemn them for it. Well, why don't you condemn yourself? So I came down really hard on some people today. Showing you also, when I posted this thing, it came up, I think his name was Jim Cohen. Obviously, he's Jewish origin. Cohen means priest. So he has a Jewish background in some sort or another, and he found this, or he's been aware of this news article and reposted it. Some people tried to rebut him on it, but he came back pretty strong. And I knew it because I've studied the Talmud, I know. And I know how they look at cherem, like I've talked about from Torah. But I'm not just coming down on even Zionists. Because all tables are full of vomit, and I've said that. No place is clean. No one's hands are clean in what's going on in the world today. The Ukrainians, the Russians, the Americans, the Chinese. So I have to call out the Israeli supporters at this point in time, not because I don't feel the pain of the losses that they endured on October 7th, or at any other time that there's been an attack on them. But by the same token, I have a lot of sympathy for the Islamic people because of the murders that the Judeo-Christian nations have imposed upon them. And some people don't like the term Judeo-Christian, but I think that in this context serves quite well. I'll show you the rest of the valley here. Yeah, this is the Salt Lake Valley. I'll let you see it here. I'm up on the far west side, right next to the Ochre Peaks range, and we're looking over towards the Wasatch Front there. Salt Lake is down there, if you can see it. I don't know if you can. All right. I just wanted to come on and explain to you that I'm not taking sides. I'm going to call everybody out for the wickedness that they do, and I'll give them congratulations when they do good. But I'm not going to take a side simply because it's convenient. I guess that's all I'll say right now, but I just felt like I had to get that out here and let people understand without any equivocation where I stand. I stand with God. I'm not perfect in it, but I know that taking sides, especially right now, when the wicked will destroy the wicked, you can't just jump on a bandwagon because it's convenient or easy or because somebody's lining your pockets with dollars. All right, well, it's Wednesday afternoon. I'll go ahead and get back on my walk. maybe do a little bit more thinking. I won't give you a piece of my mind again today. At least I'm not planning on it. But I just had to make this official. All right. Okay, everybody, I'll be out of here. I can't see the chat very well, barely. I think I saw BP Earthwatch here a second ago, Jesse, but I'm not certain of that. All the religions have a problem. As I said here a little bit ago, I've come to the point where I don't have much respect for any of the Abrahamic religions. All of them would want to excommunicate me, call me blasphemer, heretic, throw me to the lions, crucify me, whatever. I'm treated better by atheists and by agnostics and by other faiths, Hindus, things like that. That should tell you something. If God is as powerful as these Abrahamic religions say he is, I don't think he's too concerned about a fan club. He's concerned about what's in your heart and in your mind. And if you are trying to, without all the dogma and laws and doctrine, apply the two great commandments, which any conscious being can understand without any difficulty. Love God even if you don't understand him, thank him, reverence him, and don't do to others what you wouldn't want done to you. Holy war that's a contradiction in terms. That is a real contradiction in terms. Upon that little phrase there, millions and millions of people have been butchered. Don't be so quick to join. I'll see you later.